All right, guys, afternoon. I'm just going to crack on with this, okay? So I know everyone's been waiting for this one. When we picked this title, like how to be a key person of influence, I fucking got excited. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how excited you guys were, but I was fucking gassed. And I guess the reason why is because if you are a person, okay, a key person of influence, you just have just such a fucking great life. Legit. Everything. I think being a key person of influence is the most leveraged thing you can do ever. Honestly. Like, if you want to speak to someone, you get to speak to them. If you want a little bit more time, you get more time. If you want to learn something new, you learn it. Okay. If you want to fuck off somewhere, you get to. If you want to, like, when you become a key person of influence, I honestly believe that you can do anything. And the reason why is because by being a key person of influence, people just back you so much. I remember when I was a leader, a brand new leader, okay, and all I did was just like train a couple guys, and it was like super fun. I had like 3 guys in my team. This kid called Lawrence, this guy called John, OGs, okay, and then this kid, I can't even remember what his name is now. He must be so relevant, but I just had this other leader, okay. And I remember I would bring on board like a new start, like a new retrain, and I didn't even have to do anything really. John and Lawrence, because they respected me so much, they used to just gas me up so hard to their retrains and to the people that I was about to train. So what happened was, as soon as I trained that person, they literally listened to every bit of information that I was giving them like it was like fucking gospel. So I didn't have to promote my situation. I didn't have to tell people how good I was. I didn't have to do anything. Okay. The value in itself and how much that person listened was based on the impact that people were saying when I wasn't even fucking around. Do you know? And I don't know. I was reading this book, okay, by a guy called Daniel Priestley. You might have seen his recent podcast with Gary the Economics. Did you guys see that? Anyone see that? I posted it on Instagram like a few days ago. And it's like, it's a painful watch actually, because they're both actually right and they're both battling, but they're both battling the wrong, like the wrong battle. They're both arguing against different points and they're both actually right about the current economy. But Daniel Priestley, he wrote a book and it's called The Key Person of Influence. And the book honestly transforms my whole perception behind leadership or influence in the sales world. Okay. And it's so funny. He talks about like the critical difference between how people approach their careers and business, and the difference between being a functional worker, okay, and being a person of influence. It's called The Key Person of Influence. That was literally the title of this meeting. So made it really easy for me actually. Everything I'm going to spit to you guys now is literally all the shit that I've just read from him. So, okay, I'm sure a lot of you guys are probably thinking, like, what is a functional worker, or like, what is a key person of influence? Like, what does that mean? Okay, so a functional person is someone who's just really good at their job. Okay, someone that's dependable, they do the work, they meet the targets, and they typically get things done. Okay, and I'm sure a lot of you guys in this room right now can relate to that person. Okay, you're probably thinking, yeah, I'm that person. Okay, your managers have all selected you as the top performers of your offices, of your teams. The individuals, they've separated themselves from the crowd. Like, you've learnt the sales, you can train people. You might have even been given responsibilities to start like helping out with recruitment. Okay, like I get it. Like the way that I look at it, all of you guys are obviously pretty important within your offices. However, until you're there, until you're like really running your own deal, until you're the actual boss, you're just a functional worker. No offense. It's just what it is. And here's the problem with being functional, okay? You're as good as you all are, you're still replaceable. We've had great people in our offices that have left, and we still bring more people on and end up doing the same role. Like, you're replaceable. If you're just functional, like, someone else can step in and do exactly what you do. You might be great at your role, but you don't really stand out that much, and your influence is limited of what's in front of you. On the other hand, a key person of influence is someone who just stands out, someone whose expertise and reputation precede them. They don't just do the work, they become the leader in their field. They have authority, they build a personal brand, they're irreplaceable, and people don't just look at them for their product or service, they look at them for their guidance, leadership, and inspiration. Now, all of you guys can develop that ability to become a key person of influence. And why does this matter? Like, because if you're, again, functional, you're limited, right? But if you become a key person of influence, doors just open. Like, people just want to work with you. A players just want to start in your business. You attract opportunities, you build a following, you're not just a face in the crowd, you become a person that people trust and respect and turn to for leadership and advice. You're a pace setter in your business, you're a white rabbit, you're the dude or the girl that everybody's fucking chasing and everybody wants to be part of. And this is exactly what we're going to be talking about in this meeting. Like, how do you go from being just good at what you do to being a person who everyone actually listens to and follows? And how do you become a key person of influence in this industry? And why is it so critical to the success that you guys are going to have long term if that's what your goal is? Sweet. So number one is you need to build strategic partnerships and collaborations. Lauren and I, great relationship. We've always had a great relationship. Like in the field, like we always backed each other. Okay. I would promote the fuck out of Lauren. And the reason why is because it gave me leverage. Lauren would train my people. Okay. Whoever I onboarded, they would look at Lauren and think, fuck, she is the girl. She is the key person of influence because I promoted her so highly. So what that meant was I didn't have to be the only person to train my guys. You know, I collaborated. Like there was often times where Lauren and I would be like, "Hey, look, this is a dude that I'm really excited about," and we would work together and do whatever it takes to make sure that that person got the right guidance, training, and as a byproduct of that, Lauren and I got promoted at the exact same time. We both opened up our office in the exact same day. She obviously kicked my ass for fucking years, kicking my ass today. But like all of that stuff, like all of it is it was a byproduct of us collaborating with each other and using each other. But what I often see in some of these offices now is just like everyone's just like beefing all the time. Like it's just like, oh yeah, this person's doing this, and everyone's just like slagging each other off. And you know, the more times you slag that person who is at a certain position, it devalues that position and it makes it less attractive. You know, you have to be just an ultimate promoter of the game. And you just have to accept that not everyone's perfect. But your leverage in this game is to create more key people of influence. Do you know what I mean? And the more that you talk badly about other people, what do you think happens in return? People chat shit about you. You just get what you fucking give. So, in order to become a key person of influence, you have to build strategic partnerships and collaborations. Partner with the top performers, coaches, business owners, like cross promote each other's situations, invite each other to each other's events, okay, team nights. Like I remember when Vela and I were literally running we're in Mesh's office, I would literally get the guy to run sales impacts in my crew meetings, in my team meetings. It had no value to him, okay, like, but I would do the same favor in return. And what happened was we both fucking grew fast and we got to the #1 office in the UK. Like, Lauren and I when we were in Matt Stewart's office, the geezer had 76 people in the field. We were literally doing 100 sales every day. Every day. But the problem that we're seeing right now in our current offices is like, I don't know, like everyone's just like working against each other. And it's like you don't have an abundant mindset. Like you think that if someone progresses faster, it takes the opportunity away from you. It just doesn't though. Like it actually builds more opportunity. If the more people that are doing well in your office, okay, the more examples you have, which means the more examples you have, the easier it is for you to promote the business because there's people fucking kicking ass. However, if you go into an office and everyone's doing shit, okay, like how are you meant to fucking promote the business when everyone's like negged out, making doing zeros and no one's progressing and moving forward? Does that make sense? Like you have to back each other. It has to be like a communal fucking goal to make sure that you get to the next stage. Join meetings, masterminds, connect to the high level players in your industry, collaborate, do some joint webinars, run the same bonuses, do bonuses against each other, like help each other out, run workshops for each other, do whatever it takes to back the person that's next to you. The next one, okay, is point number 2 is to automate and scale. Create your own training material and coaching programs for the younger version of yourself. Stop relying, okay, on the materials that you have in your office. Matt Stewart has a lot of great strengths. Like I owe fucking so much to that guy. But the one thing that I didn't get from Matt, okay, is a COD pack. Do you know what I mean? I don't remember ever getting a COD pack from Matt. Do you know what I mean? Like I don't ever remember getting like a leadership like training manual or anything like that. Like Lauren and I used to go to other people's offices and we used to network and steal their fucking material. I remember actually, I went to this guy, this geezer was running an office in Maidstone. He had like this next level fucking leadership manual. Okay, it was like, and then he had like this next level fucking COD pack. It was like 72 pages long. And I was like, whoa, that is some crazy shit. It was all like binded up. It was like a really nice piece of paper. I saw one on like the side. I just fucking nabbed it and put it under my fucking blazer. And I was like, fucking hell, here we go. You know what I mean? And I stole that COD pack. I like hand wrote not hand wrote, but I typed everything out, put it into my own words, and just like made one that was 74 pages instead of 72. Fuck him. And I was like, we're definitely gonna be number one. Okay. And then I remember thinking and then just giving it to all of my guys, and I was like, this is the best psycho development manual in the world. The reason why I know that is because he's running a really good office, and we've got 2 more extra pages. So, and honestly, but the key people of influence wouldn't just rely on the materials that's in front of them. Okay, like if there's anything that's holding, like again, this is the common trend that I keep in here right now. Like, oh, this is what my mentor's not doing. This is what our office doesn't have. This is blah blah. If you notice the fucking problem, then fix it. Like, what are you waiting for? None of your offices are going to be perfect. I promise you. It's just not. None of your owners are going to be perfect. They're going to have all weaknesses and everything. Do you know what I mean? But if you notice that there's a leak in the pipeline, if you want to be a key person of influence, if you want to get to that next stage, you have to be the person that's responsible to fix it. Unfortunately, okay, the managers in your office aren't going to be able to hold your hand to the field and see all the bullshit that goes on in the fucking 4 walls of the fucking trains and the car rides that you have. Do you know what I mean? It's just like it's just impossible for one person to be everywhere at the same time. So you have to be the eyes and ears, and you have to be the solution to it. And until you get to that, until you become that and take ownership of that, you will never be the key person of influence. The next one is stay ahead and innovate. So continuously learn and adapt and understand what's currently going on in the market. So what's going on in your offices? What's going on in other people's offices? Who's doing what? Who's doing the best job? Like Matt Singles run a fucking killer meeting yesterday. I was impacted to fuck. I remember just writing down like 6 notes, 6 major bullet points. And I was like, and I circled it like 50,000 times because if you've ever seen me run a meeting, I just draw loads of circles. But I was like circling, and I was like, that's it. That's literally what I'm gonna steal. Like that is it. That's the one piece of material that I'm missing right now. Okay. And then like I'm like, but okay, that's what he's doing. But what can we do this better? Okay, so he's got like these monthly reviews. I was like, he's got a poster. Okay, I'm gonna make a fucking presentation. Do you know what I mean? Instead of 1 page, I've got 3 pages. Do you know what I mean? But like whatever it is, like find out who's doing the best job anywhere. Like whatever it is. Like I know that you were hooking him up, right? Yeah, it was your like little design, wasn't it? Yeah. Favor for a favor. But legit, that's just all it takes, man. Like, don't just settle for what's like. The world is always changing. It just is. If you're not moving forwards, you're going backwards. Like, you constantly have to be looking to innovate. Like, you constantly have to be looking at the best ways to do something. Don't change everything, okay, obviously, but find like a better, more systematic way. And like, I was chatting with the managers yesterday, okay, and they were taking the piss at me because I literally do fuck all. And the reason why I have so much time to like plan a sick meeting like this, or the reason why I have so much time to like have a sick conversation and make an impact, or really my only job every single day is just to evaluate my fucking whole business every single day and how I can make way more fucking money. That's the only thing I think about. I don't do anything else. I literally, mate, I even got to a point where I don't even reply to my fucking emails anymore. I've got a fucking virtual assistant, okay, that literally has access. She's got an admin email, okay, that's access to my email. She reads all my emails, okay, bullet points it, okay, it sends me the only things that's important for me to listen to, okay. Any KPI or client specific stuff, it all gets processed into one note, okay. And all I do is just like bang, 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 and I'm like tick, 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 tick. That's it. She replies to all my emails. We've like created an AI like ChatGPT and given it fuckloads of prompts to understand Role Mexico, okay? And all she does is she gets the email, copies and pastes it into ChatGPT and says, reply like Role Mexico, okay? And then boom. And then she replies to all my emails, boom. Like, it's just like, if there's anything that's hella important or hella urgent, then obviously I'll pick it up, but I can't be asked. So I'll just get like the most leveraged way to do something is the only way that I'm gonna do it. Do you mean no one taught me that? Like, it's just what I've found out is the best way for me to get the most out of my time. Does that make sense? So like, you always have to be asking yourself like, what is the best way to be doing this? Like, you have to give yourself time, whether it's half an hour a day or whether it's 15 minutes out of your day, whether it's an hour out of the day, and you ask yourself like, what is the best way for me to get the most out of my day? Do you know what I mean? And unless you're asking yourself that question every single day, nothing's really going to get, nothing's ever going to move forward for you. Do you know what I mean? You have to be constantly analyzing your situation and thinking, what's the best way? What's the best way? Well, how can I innovate? How can I get the most for the time that I'm investing in? Because as you guys all know, like, you just don't get time back. Like, I'm fucking 30 now. It's mental. Honestly, I've been in the game for 10 years. It's unbelievable. I literally can't believe it. And like, if time's gonna pass anyway, you might as well get the most out of it. Cool. The next one is, as you guys as you guys can see, like, I'm just going hard on my personal brand, like really hard. Okay, I could be going harder, but like sometimes, honestly, it's really easy to film yourself when you're feeling good, okay, and when things are like going well for you. But when you're like negged out and like stressed out, which all of us still feel, okay, it's so hard to like get a camera in front of you and neg out to a camera. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's nothing worse than that. I kind of like, I was chatting to some of your leaders actually, and I feel kind of bad because they only see like the highlight version of my life. Do you know what I mean? And I said to them, I was like, you guys are like seeing the highlight version of my life. Like, you don't see the bullshit. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, how can I like get that personal brand where I expose you guys to the bullshit that goes on, but not neg you guys out at the same time. but the bigger that you get though, the more responsibility you have. So the reason why I would incentivize or preach to you guys now, whilst you're going for the field, just document everything. You don't have to publish it. You don't have to post it. You don't have to put it online. You don't. But just get used to it. The back at like maybe 50, 60 years ago, baby boomers, okay, the real estate property was the biggest asset. However, now we're moving forward into fucking 2025, 2030, and so on and so forth. Like, it's digital assets. You need to fucking record yourself. I promise you. It's really, really uncomfortable. It's like, honestly, none of you guys are gonna want to do it. Okay, but unfortunately, the direct sales world, okay, is not promoted very well online. It's just not. So It's my job to terrorize the fuck out of all of them. Okay. Nah. So the reason why I'm going so hard on social is because no one sees the fucking graph that you guys put in. Do you know what I mean? I wish I literally just videoed myself throughout the whole field and exposed the bullshit I had to go through to get to where I am. Honestly. And then it would give a way more like a rounder picture towards what we do. But you guys have the privilege to do that right now. And you might get some shit. I promise you will. I get some shit all the time. I love it. Cool. I love it now. But you have to expose, you have to show people the vulnerable state. You have to show people the building mode. Do you know what I mean? And I promise you, it is hella uncomfortable. As I said, you don't have to publish it until you get it right, but just record your shit, man. Whether you even write it down, okay, or like do a journal or whatever it is. But like, there's nothing more impactful than like, I don't know, I still have my leaders folder from when I was in the field. I'm colorblind, so it's pink, okay? And it's got like gold edges, it's so grim. But I've still got it. And it's got like, you've seen it, right? And it's got like a Polly Pocket of like the gauges that I had, okay, from when I was in the field, and all of my team's gauges, and like all of my daily planners and stuff when I was like at phase 2 or phase 3. I've still got all of that material. And whenever I show it to like Bradley, I'm like, this is where I was at when I was in your position. He was just like, fuck, that's sick. Do you know what I mean? And I've even got every single morning meeting, every single daily planner, every single teams, every single production log, every single gauges that I had from when I opened up in 2019 and I went on a fucking fat run. Going from like 0, literally just opening up, okay? I had 4 months, okay, of that are from this Polly Pocket fucking folder, okay, of like every meeting that I had and like my psychology behind like why I organized certain teams. Like just going back in history and showing that to some of these guys gives them the belief to get to that next stage. It literally has everything in there. But like now we have access to like a phone. Obviously we had access to a phone then, but like obviously now you can record yourself. You can do everything, but it just adds so much more to your credibility. So document fucking everything. You know, whether you do it by video, whether you do it by voice note, whether you do it by anything, just make sure you document it all. Like you have to remember your own fucking history. So fucking important, man. I always wonder. Yeah, I used to watch these like documentaries about like LeBron James and like Kanye West and stuff, and and I was like, how the fuck did they have someone filming them all the time? Do you know what I mean? But they knew they were going to create greatness. So if you really believe that you're going to create greatness at one point in your life, document everything. Because at one point you're going to look back and you're going to be like, fucking hell, I'm so glad I fucking did it. With me, I know for a fact I'm going to create something fucking massive at some point. Okay? Like it's going to be fucking like ridiculous. But I want to be able to document my path from where I'm at now to the next stage. Just do it. Obviously, it's more effort. Obviously, it's more time. When you're negging out, you don't want to put a fucking camera in your face, obviously, but that's where the value is going to come from. Do you know what I mean? Imagine all of you guys saw like Lauren, okay, every day from day 1 to now. Like looking at Lauren now, you're like, fucking hell, that's sick, like sick girl. Do you know what I mean? But I knew Lauren when she was negged. I knew Lauren when she used to cry at like 2 p.m. every day. I used to live with her as well. She used to cry at home as well. You know what I mean? She doesn't tell you that, does she? But some of you guys probably do that now, and you'd probably be like, oh fucking hell, if she can do it, then I can do it as well. Do you know what I mean? I used to cry as well. I'm joking. The next one is okay. Point number 6. Okay, you need to master the art of public speaking. Okay, you need to be great at storytelling. This was legit my biggest Achilles heel. I fucking hated it. I hated talking in front of like more than 4 people. I know it's hard to believe now, but Lauren will remember I used to stutter so fucking hard. Okay, and the reason why is because I cared so much about doing well and like looking good or whatever. And now I literally don't give a fuck. So you can just learn to like, if you learn the art of being able to just not care about anything, okay, and just saying what you're thinking about and knowing that it's the right shit that that needs to be heard, you just become an ultimate public speaker. Okay, and if it's something that you're not comfortable with right now, like if you want to be a key person of influence, you have to get good at it, man. The only way to get good at it is through repetition and preparation. Like you need to be like you need to be high rolling every day. You need to be doing the impact every single morning. You need to be like if you've got opportunities to be doing the teams or if you can do your crew meetings, like the only way you're gonna get sick at this game is through being able to become a great promoter, public speaking, and becoming a great storyteller. Do you know what I mean? Like it's the only way. And it was like I remember I used to hate doing the teams. Like, I used to hate it. It's like, hi guys, morning. Morning. So team number one, we've got blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh no, I fucked up. Sorry. And then do you know what I mean? That's just like it was so fucking horrible. I used to hate it so much. However, you only get good at it by repetition, by doing it and doing it, and doing it, and doing it. Like there's no like you should be heard more than the managers in your office. Honestly, I used to compete with Matt. I used to be like Matt. I didn't compete with Lauren. I didn't compete with anyone in the office. I used to look at Matt and I used to be like, I need to be the person that is making the biggest impact in the office over Matt. That's the only thing I cared about. Do you know what I mean? And if you have that mentality in your within your offices, like I need to be competing with Bradley, I need to be competing with Lauren, I need to be you just operate at such a different level. You mean you stop worrying about the bullshit fucking excuses that everyone has within the same wall as like within the same position as you. You just compete with the manager at everything. Do you know what I mean? Like, or the if you're in Manchester and you know that Matt's kicking ass right now and he's running the number one office, okay, and you're in Manchester, you just need to beat Matt. Do you know what I mean? You need to outdress him, you need to outwork him, you need to outprepare him. Do you know what I mean? You need to outmullet him, everything. It's a pathetic mullet, too bad, so it's not going to be hard. Um, the next one is okay, dominate your office, become the go-to authority. You need to find a unique angle that sets you apart. Okay, again, just to go back to when I was new, I didn't have experience, I didn't have knowledge, I didn't have like the the confidence yet. So the only unique angle that I could have potentially gone through is just work ethic. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm pretty confident that anyone who was in the office with me, or anyone who's ever worked with me, okay, or anyone who's even in London now, I guarantee that all of you guys, when I'm in the office, okay, and you see the shit that I do, you know for a fact that I work harder than all of you. 100%. Like Bradley, when you see me in the office, you know that I'm fucking busting my balls. Do you know what I mean? Like every fucking day. But that's all I had though. Do you know what I mean? So you need to find out like what your unique thing is. Like you need to find out what you want to be known for. Do you know what I mean? Like at one point I was like, I want to be known for the guy that just has like the best attitude. Do you know what I mean? Like I just want to be known for that. If there's anything that I can be known for, I want to be known for that. So just like what actually is the thing that like gets you going? They're like, yeah, no, I want to be known for that. Cool. And then every single day, you need to just be fucking like doing whatever it takes to make sure that everyone knows it. Be so good that no one can ignore you. Consistently deliver. Like build like trust in your people. And the way that you do that is by again like just making sure that the people that are the best leaders that I've seen within our industries are the ones that don't look like too much of a superhero, okay, but they don't look like a thick cunt either. Like they have to be like the perfect balance in between. If you're too much of a superhero and you have no problems and you have like no weaknesses and like there's no vulnerabilities, like people will not relate to you. Like it'll be so hard for people to think like how can I be you? Does that make sense? So like so many people put on this like act and this facade all the time that they're so fucking perfect. But like the guys that you're training, they want to see your fucking weaknesses. But you just have to be so fucking self-aware about those weaknesses. And like and then your attempt to try and fix it. Does that make sense? Like there was like sometimes okay, like just another story. I remember I had this guy called Josh. I was back to rebuilding my team in Liverpool. I was killing it at one point, and I was training this guy who's like Filipino kid. I was like, this guy's my future manager, 100%. Like he's Filipino, he's getting promoted. Okay, he didn't even want to get promoted, but he did. Okay, quit anyway. But I looked at the guy and I was like, this guy's gonna get promoted because he's Filipino and I fucking love him. Okay, and I remember I took him to the field. It was Chesterfield in Nottingham. Okay, it was a pop-up event. And I remember I used to go, and when we were in that Nottingham event, we used to just rip it. I used to go to this Jackson's little wanky bakery, have this like little potato hash, super unhealthy, and we used to just nail it. And then I remember I took him on a road trip to visit Ed, went to the field, I fucking did zero. I remember literally saying to Josh, I was like, Josh, I'm not gonna make any excuse, man. I was like, negged out. I was like, but okay, you will never ever see me fucking slip like that again. Never. And I just made it my mission the next day to just do whatever it takes. And I fucking did a double bell the next day. Do you know what I mean? So that was more of an impact for Josh because he saw me neg out and do shit and still bang it the next day. That was the impact. Do you know what I mean? Just like it's fine not to be perfect, man. Sweet. But just don't make any fucking excuses. Just literally just say like, this is my fault. Cool. It's painful to say it, but you have to say it. And when you say it, you actually feel a little bit better as well. Number 7, okay, is in order to become a key person of influence, you have to stay resilient and play the long game. Like direct sales is definitely a marathon. It's not a sprint. Like you don't like the further you get down the line. Okay, you start when you're brand new, and you see instantaneous result changes. Okay, so you change your intro, you start doing better in the field, you get like you refine your close, you start getting better in the field, like all of these things, right? When you progress to leadership, like you make a change in your skill, or you make a change in your accent, you might actually not even see the results after like a week or 2 weeks. When you start like running a team, you don't see the changes from your actions until like maybe a month or 6 weeks. When you get to like a crew manager position, when you're managing loads of people, okay, you don't see the results until like 3 to 6 months. When you progress to management, it becomes like 6 months to 12 months sometimes. Like you have to endure pain of doing shit for like 6 months, and then you start seeing the win. Okay, when you get to like an org position like Lauren and I, or Wassel, or anyone like who's running an org, sometimes you might make a change today, okay, and you consistently change for a whole year, and you don't even see the result after like 2 years. And then you realize, fuck, I made the wrong decision and I have to change everything again anyway. Like we changed the whole fucking business model like 2 years ago, biggest mistake of my life. Do you know what I mean? Did wank for like 2 years. And then now we're like starting to fucking get going again. But the changes were from like last year that we've only started to see the results fucking last week. Do you know what I mean? So like you have to just get really, really good at just like really staying resilient and playing the long game all the time. Because legit, the further you progress up, the more responsibilities you have, the more people you're managing, the more people you're responsible for, the more money you get paid, the longer it sometimes takes to see the results of your actions. Legit. That's why some people just really never get there, because they can't really see the long-term play. Okay, they're always thinking so short-term, and it's so completely fine because that's just what we're used to. So success is, yeah, so stay consistent, be adaptable, be open to change. As I said, the market and the world is changing all the time, so you have to stay relevant, keep learning, keep improving, and just learn to just reinvent yourself and be the best version of yourself. Like again, I've been gassing up Matt a lot, but I've seen a massive change in him now in comparison to the last time I was here. Do you know what I mean? Like he's like yesterday he didn't fucking have a drink. I'm like, fuck me, you're boring. No, but yesterday I was there like this morning he went out there, played paddle 8 a.m. I was like, fuck man. Like this is the reason why he's doing well. Like he's making those conscious decisions to do the right shit. Do you know what I mean? And it's like seeking improvement on a day-to-day basis, whether that's health, wealth, like business, like everything. Like it all correlates. Once you get one right, for some reason, like there's a direct reflection of when I've chosen to become really healthy and like train and go to the gym, and like my planning gets better. I feel better in the office. Everyone in the office is like more pumped. Like everything just happens more when you choose the right thing. So yeah, if you want to be a key person to influence in our game, just focus on like building authority. But the only way that you do that, okay, is by legit like just being true with your words. So everything that you say that you're going to do, everything that you said that you want to do with your team, everything that like the moment, okay, that you say something and it doesn't fall through, you lose your credibility. Sweet? Yeah. All right, that's it. Cool. Thanks for your time. All right.